Sweet Niddy Bong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And this will now be my final review on Transformers vs Terminator, as this is issue 4 of the 4-part series. If you want to go and see what happened in the other 3, I'll put a link here somewhere around here now, and you'll be able to go back and look at the entire series. This is the last one, so obviously right from the get-go we're going to be looking at spoilers. To make this all come to life, IDW hooked up with Dark Horse Comics, who I think own the Terminator IP, and they have brought this to life, and I'm so grateful that they did. Front cover on this bad boy, I went with cover A, which shows Megatron in the background with the hunter killer type things in the back, a Terminator there, and also we have a really nice artistic rendering of Sarah Connor. There were some other nice ones, but this was the one that I wanted to go with. I got this from Forbidden Planet, as I pick up all my comics from Forbidden Planet at the moment. Really cool though from the cover art point of view. In the last episode, if we remember, we ended with Starscream. If I go back to here, there was a big battle going off. The Autobots had gone kaboom because the Terminator had blown up the Ark with the remaining Transformers there, and we had Starscream pointing his null ray at the Terminator's head and seeing if they can cut a deal. So this really does pick up exactly where that one lays off, as when we open it we see that Starscream was not only having the null ray pointed at the Terminator, but also pointed at the load of humans down here as well. So when we open it up, Starscream and the Terminator are having a little bit of a chat, and then the Terminator kind of remembers back, or searches its memory banks and finds Starscream in the future. This is the version that turns into the Hunter Killer. This is the version I want Hasbro or some third party to create, because it was absolutely beautiful at the beginning of the comics. So go back to my review on issue 1 if you would like to see that. But they eventually cut a deal, and of course, as always with Starscream, he cuts a deal with the Terminator to not only kill Prime, but to kill Megatron, to make himself the Decepticon leader. Then we cut to Ravage and Sarah Connor locked in a kind of battle where she's locked in the middle. Ravage is looking to try and get rid of her from the battle scene. As we cut to other parts of the battle, it's still raging on with Bumblebee, Velocity, and this awesome version of RC that they have in this, kicking ass on the Incepticons and Thundercracker. Bumblebee and Velocity are just trying to basically stand their ground against these odds. But in the background of this fight, Soundwave is observing somebody, one of the humans, trying to reach the Ark that we know is no more. At that point, Megatron and Prime come busting through a wall. And of course, part of the problem now is we have Starscream with a Terminator inside it, trying to attack Megatron. The Terminator jumps out and just kind of dings into Megatron's chest. And at this point, I would like to point out the amount of toe articulation that a Terminator has. That is an impressive amount of toe articulation. Megatron seemingly gets a little pissed off with the fact that this little pipsqueak is trying to attack him all the time, grabs him, chucks him into Starscream. After chucking him into Starscream, a little bit distraction there for obvious reasons. Prime lunges forward with his power axe, and they have their usual "you're gonna die, no, you're gonna die, no, it's your turn to die, this will be our final battle, blah blah blah," all of those kind of shenanigans going off. Prime seems to get the upper hand. Megatron comes back with a swift uppercut. Starscream turns his attention to Soundwave, which obviously pisses Ravage off, because where's he gonna live if there's no Soundwave? be a homeless kiddie. You need to go and live in the shelter. The Sarah Connor then says, prepare for termination, and then attacks Ravage. Ravage then pounces on her, and of course, boom! Straight through the temple. Some nice purple energon starts leaking out. Nice little touch there, and she even says that she wasn't sure that was going to work. RC with an incredible kick to the Seekers there, pushing them out of the way. Then back to back, they make their last stand but manage to win the day out. Then they hear Sarah in the distance crying for some help, but Terminator has been squashed by Starscream as he fell out of the sky. So we can see here that Sarah Connor's trying to help, but after Starscream transforms, we can see there's a little break, and as we always see in the Terminator movies, he's left with nothing but a torso. Starscream is then shot in the side by a very, very badly damaged Soundwave, and both the Terminator and Sarah Connor open fire on Soundwave and blow him away. Then Bumblebee comes to the rescue a little bit later than he probably should, so they then have a little chat about how the battle was, and the Terminator says that his mission is still incomplete and asks Bumblebee to throw him. Bumblebee throws him to Velocity. Velocity throws to RC. RC for the goal, and oh, boom! Terminator goes right inside Megatron's chest and explodes Megatron from the inside. Megatron goes down in flames. Really nice artwork there. Actually nice to see Megatron dying instead of Prime for a change, but it's such a brutal death scene, and with Terminator finally hitting its goal and going straight through the chest cavity on Megatron. Then with the battle over, the Autobots arrest the Decepticons, it looks like, with Megatron as a smoking corpse on the floor, and they decide to then go back to the Ark, and Sarah Connor is going to deal with the fallout and speak to the police and the authorities. We see the Terminator still here within the chest of Megatron, so how they're going to explain all that away, who knows. Unfortunately for the Autobots, when they get back to the Ark, they see that the Ark is no more. The Autobots are obviously distressed. The Decepticons, not like you didn't deserve it. a little less distressed by it. They think it's actually quite amusing. But Optimus Prime, understanding that peace needs to happen now between them to build their race, offers the Decepticons the opportunity to unite till all are one, to bring everybody together. Sarah Connor seems to get some kind of job then in Skywatch, because she would like to keep everybody safe and keep everything as secret as possible. So she connects back with the Autobots, tries to keep them out of the media spotlight and keep them hidden a little bit. But on the final page, we see that the guys from Skynet have recovered Megatron's body, and as we go through, they are creating Terminators, Hunter Killers, and most of all, Megatrons as Terminators. Wow! And it says Skynet status online, and then we have the fantastic artwork, the half Terminator, half Autobot logo. The cover that I got, the other cover that was here, which is nice, but I think there's just something a bit off about the Terminator's face here. It looks a little bit fat, which is bizarre. And then this other artwork that was really, really nice. This would have been the other cover that I was toying with the idea of getting, because it looks really, really nice. But I like the one that I went with. Something a little bit different about it. We also get some adverts here on the back and some adverts for the IDW Comics Transformers The Collection with the redone front covers, and some stuff for The Crow. I really like the first movie of The Crow. Never really got into the comics, but it is something that I wouldn't mind checking out at some point. Advert for Picard, and then another thing about IDW Comics going digital so that you can get these comics anywhere. And then finally, the artwork on the back. All in all, this has been a fantastic series. Do I recommend that you go pick this up? Hell yeah, go pick this up. I've really enjoyed it. This is something that I would really hope that IDW revisit. That is such a cliffhanger to end on. I want to see what Skynet is with Megatron's influence in the background. Absolutely beautiful. Peace through tyranny for the Terminators sounds pretty interesting storyline to me. I really hope they revisit it. Well done to both Dark Horse and IDW. One of the best crossovers that we've had in years. Fantastic story. Well worth picking up. Guys, have you picked this one up? What are your thoughts on this down in the comments? And as always, give me a like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, in a bit. Peace!